in this problem, start the same way. Let's draw our curve. So we have 75. 3 above, 3 below. So we need to add 8 to move up. So we'll have 83, 91, 99. We're going to subtract 8 to go backwards. So 67, 59, and 51. Okay? Let me double check my math. Okay. So now, find the probability that a randomly selected student scored less than 87. Well, wait a minute. 87 falls in between two regions on my curve. So that means we have to convert that value to a z-score. Our mean is here. This is plus 1 standard deviation plus 2. It's somewhere between plus 1 and plus 2 standard deviations. The z-score will tell us exactly where it is. And remember, the z-score, you take the number minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. So we're going to take 87 minus 75, and we're going to divide it by 8. And use your calculator to do this. Always round a z-score to 2 decimal places because your z-table works with 2 decimal places. So 87 minus 75 divided by 8. Oh, look, we didn't even have to round it. It's exactly 1.5. So we write our probability statement a little bit differently. We say the probability that z is less than 1.5. Whoops, ignore the bell. So grab your z-table, go to the positive side. Ignore my markings here. We are looking for 1.5. So we have 1.5, the second decimal 0, that gives us 0.9332. Okay? And your z-score always comes out as the probability less than that number. Always the probability is to the left. So 0.9332. Okay? Let's go to B real quick. B says, find the probability that a randomly selected student scored between 71 and 75. Those two values, or 75 is included, but 71 is not. So we need to find the z-score for 71. So we'll do 71 minus 75 over 8. And we get negative 0.5. Okay? So we want the probability that z lies between negative 0.5 and wait a minute, 75 is our mean. So how many standard deviations below or above the mean are we? 0. We're sitting on the mean. Or you could substitute here. 75 minus 75 over 8 is 0. It's kind of silly to do that, but we could. So the probability to the left of the mean is 50%, okay, or 0.5. So we take 0.5 minus. Let's find the probability that z is less than negative 0.5, okay? So if you ever have between two values, you're going to subtract the two probabilities. So negative 0.5 is 0.3085. We have to subtract those two numbers to figure out what probability is between them. So 0.5 minus 0.3085, and we get 0.1915. Okay? And lastly, find the probability that a randomly selected student scored at least 81. Let's check our table. 81's not on there, so we got to find the z-score. Okay? Fix my color code in there. So z equals 81 minus 75 over 8. So Z is 0.75. So we want the probability that Z is greater than or equal to 0.75. Whoops. Okay. So turn to your Z table. Positive side. 0.7 is here. We got to go over to the 5 column. So that's here, 0.7734. But remember, this is going to be the probability to the left of that value. So here's 0, here's 1. That's going to give me this probability, 0.7734. But if I want the probability greater than that, we have to take 1 minus. Anytime you want more than that value, you've got to do 1 minus the probability you get. So 1 minus 0.7734 is about 0.2266. Okay, you can convert that to a percent if you'd like, and it's 22.66%.